Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Today, this is Fred and Sheila with Hatfield McCoy Museum Adventures and Fred and Sheila Investigates.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. I think we have a interesting video today. Sheila and I love truth,
Through proof.
truth through proof, and we do. That's what we like. Now, Mike Elam says truth has no agenda. Mike Elam has an agenda. Mike Elam sells books, he sells tours or takes donations for tours and sells books while he's on those tours. If you think those tours are free, you're wrong. But he has an agenda. Mr. Davidson here has an agenda. He's a politician. He runs for office. The more he can get his name out there, the better people know of him and name recognition, the better for him. Mr. Rouse, he just got an award from the International Police Chiefs Association.
Hmm.
Everybody's got an interest in this case. If they tell you that this is justice for Pauline, you can believe it or not. This is anything but justice for anybody. This is all about fame, fortune, and name notoriety. And it's really shown a lot of people's character. This is really shown and going to show more and more as we go along people's character, people's honesty, people's integrity. Some people you're looking at behind me right here. One of the questions I got is why is people getting so mad and upset just because their reputations have been called into question, just because their integrity, trustworthiness, their honesty has been called into question. Why is people getting so upset over that? Shucks, we just accused a dead man, been dead for 51 years, of a crime that happened 58 years ago. We just accused him and convicted him because when you accuse a dead man of a crime and he has no way to defend himself, you've convicted him. They just convicted Buford Pusser a month ago of murdering his wife in public opinion.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They did. And then people says, hey, what you been so rough on us for? Why you questioning us for? Why? What about Dewana? What about all the Pussers? We're standing up for those that can't stand up for themselves, guys.
Mm.
These guys here are standing pretty good there. They're standing on their own. Mike Elam, Dennis Hathcock, Oakley Baldwin, they're standing on their own. Everybody's doing good. Everybody's doing here except the reputation of the Pussers, the Pusser family. Guys, I'm going to show you something, and I want you to listen real good when she plays this in a minute. But how words, especially as a prosecutor, a prosecutor, somebody that's involved in the criminal justice system, how one word can make a difference one way or the other, and
Mhm.
how you can play that word to better suit you and your need at the time. Does it is it okay if you was a defendant in a court trial and Mr. Davidson was the prosecuting attorney and he caught you in a lie? Is it okay if he calls you out on that lie? Or do you think he wouldn't call you out? Do you think he wouldn't be all over it, calling you a liar for whatever you said that was incorrect or stated falsely? Of course he would. Of course he would. Should be held to a different standard than somebody that he's prosecuted on his way up the ladder? See, I doubt that he prosecutes anybody anymore. I would say that he's more of an administrative office now. He's got assistants that does his prosecutions. He no longer has to do that. I would assume. I don't know that. I don't know what his work habit is or work ethic. I have a feeling on the work ethic, but I won't go there. I'll let you be the judge of that after we show you something. She's going to play this video. It's only like 8 or 10 seconds long. It's not long at all. I want you to listen for one word in here. Try to listen. We're just going to play it the one time. We're going to show you something else, and then we're going to come back and play it again for you so you can. But try to listen for that one word that you think that we're looking for if you can hear. Go ahead, Sheila.
The autopsy of Pauline revealed a healing, prior to death, nasal fracture on the right side of her nose, most commonly caused by interpersonal trauma. Our office, after review of the case file, believes that the TBI has produced evidence sufficient to create probable cause, meaning more likely than not, that would allow us, if he were alive today, to present an indictment to the McNairy County Grand Jury for their consideration against Buford Pusser for the murder of his wife, Pauline.
Wow.
He's not alive today. Buford's not alive today, so everything that took place here right then was nothing but slanders because he's not alive. He can't be indicted. You don't indict dead people. He can't be tried. You don't try dead people. And he can't be found guilty if he was tried because he doesn't have the luxury of defending himself and telling his side of the story. The word we was looking for, and we're going to come back in a minute, is healing. He says Pauline the autopsy showed that she had a healing nasal fracture. Healing, the dictionary, the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again. I didn't have to go to the dictionary for that. We know what healing is.
Mm-hmm.
When you're healing, you're getting better. Something's happened and it's mending. Eventually it will be healed. It will be better. But just for the record, healed. A person's treatment, a wound or injury of a person has become sound or healthy again. Healthy again. It's fixed. It's better. Restored. Thank you, babe. He says here at the beginning of that statement that the autopsy showed Pauline had a healing nasal fracture. Healing, ing. If you was he refers to the autopsy. So the autopsy is something that you know is scientific. You know that somebody that done that autopsy, performed that autopsy, is somebody well educated in the human anatomy, in after death effects, in just educated in death, the human body after life has left it. If you was going to listen to somebody or you wanted to know something about an autopsy, would you listen to Mr. Davidson? Would you rather listen to him and take his word for it because he's an attorney? Or would you rather listen to a doctor, a medical examiner, a pathologist? I'd rather listen to the medical examiner or the pathologist or the whatever this next one is. Can we lower this video down and come back, or we just play it
I
again?
can remove it if you want.
Don't remove it. We're coming back to it in a minute. Oh yeah, you can put it down there.
Put it down here.
Good. Bring that other one up. And let's listen to this, guys. I've got a point. Hang with me. Not much longer.
This document makes it clear that Pauline's death was caused.
You may recognize that voice. This is off Mike Elam's channel. Sheila and I got the autopsy report, but funny thing is, we didn't get the entire autopsy report. We didn't get this part.
All right.
We didn't get this part from Messer, Dr. Messer, the anthropologist or whatever she is. I can't see the name on where I'm at.
Right.
We didn't get this. We found this on Mike Elam's page. Mike Elam had a copy of the x-rays. He had a copy of the autopsy report. He had everything before anybody else ever had it. Now, he's not being charged with having a possession of a stolen gun, knowingly, wantonly, intentionally shooting a possibly stolen gun, or even a murder weapon. But he had the autopsy and all these papers before anybody else. In fact, he's got copies here that none of the rest of us have even got. We have to go to his page to get the complete autopsy of Pauline Pusser. How strange is that? Fame, fortune, and name recognition. Now, this is not what I'm here for, but I couldn't help but hear him when he first come on there, the Pauline Pusser's autopsy, the cause of death, manner of death. She was killed. She was killed with a gun.
Mhm.
She's 33 years old. You could have read the newspaper the very next day after the ambush, and it would have told you the same thing that they did on this autopsy 58 years later. 58 years later, Dr. Pillar told us that day that she'd been shot, she'd been murdered, and she'd been shot by a gun. It was Pauline Pusser. She's 33 years old. That's what this autopsy tells us. Besides her head being half gone,
Yeah.
ain't enough head there, ain't enough scalp there to tell how many times she was shot, at what direction she was shot in. They know at least one was from the back to the front. Rest of them is so scrambled up they can't tell.
And one was a high velocity.
Exactly. And that was a high velocity round. We know they was all high velocity because none of the bullets are left in her head.
Right.
Everything was a through and through. Every which direction it was going or coming, it continued on. No bullets were found in that head. Not what we're here for, but they raised this woman up out of the ground 58 years later to tell you that she'd been shot in the head and she'd been murdered. It didn't tell you who done it. Didn't tell you why they done it. Told you how they done it and that it was a homicide. You're going to let this play because we're going to go to the next page. And when we go to the next page, that's where I'm going to show you my point.
From a gunshot wound to the head.
Go ahead and stop it there.
Okay.
No need in reading the rest of it. Summary of findings. Multiple areas of missing bones. We know that.
Mhm.
They found some of her skull laying over in the ditch. Dennis Hathcock did. You know, Dennis Hathcock says that when he got there that morning, he went down there to the bridge where the other deputy was. And the deputy told him, get the blank out of here. We've had a shooting. Get out of here. I've got other deputies coming. So he finally run them off, and Dennis takes back off up the road. And he gets up the road and he sees all these casings. They're not in a pile like you saw in that picture that Mike Elam and the people show. They were scattered up and down the road. You could see them, he said, from the sun reflecting off. He said he parked his motorcycle, and when he was putting the kickstand down, he looked over in the ditch and he saw what appeared to be brains and skull and hair. Guys, any of you ever rode a motorcycle? Which side is your kickstand on? Now he's leaving the bridge. He left the bridge where the first shooting took place.
Mhm.
And he's going in the direction of Highway 45, in the direction of Shamrock,
Okay.
in the direction of the Black Cemetery Sheila and I did a video from.
Okay.
He's going in that direction. The ditch is on the right-hand side of the road. On the left-hand side, you've got a field and different things. He says he was putting his kickstand down on his motorcycle and noticed skull with hair laying on it. How would you see that? If you've rode a motorcycle and you know anything about motorcycles and bicycles, the kickstand is on the left-hand side. So if you're sitting there like this on your motorcycle,
Mhm.
you would be looking to your left, putting your kickstand down, looking this way, not that way in the ditch. I'm sorry to get off track, and that's why I say about our videos, we're like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get because I stray and
It's
I
a
wonder,
toss-up.
but I wanted to throw that in there for those of you that's never thought about that. Maybe you already have.
That's a good point. Very good point.
That bottom one there says anti-mortem trauma.
Mhm.
This is from the what was her title? I wonder. We'll go back and look. We'll get
Yeah.
it for you. We'll show you her name.
I'll top it in.
This is not the one that done the autopsy. This one here done another part of the autopsy.
Mhm.
And it says A, well-healed antemortem nasal fracture. Read that again, guys, because I'm going to go back and let you hear something. Well-healed. Well-healed. As in 10 years ago. As in from my first husband. As in from Pete Roman Vance.
Right.
As in years ago, not as those
Healing.
lot lizards were talking about, and says that she heard them arguing at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's not to let people think that, oh, Buford's broke her nose and it's healing. This is not Dr. Davidson or Attorney Davidson, Prosecutor Davidson. This right here report, summary of findings, is of the autopsy. This is from a medical examiner, a pathologist, and you'll see it when you see her name. But she's like a pathologist, a medical examiner. It's just another specialty that she does.
Mhm.
So would we rather take her word, or would we rather take Mark Davidson's word? Now, this doctor says that this is a well-healed nasal fracture. It's well-healed. Sheila will show. I was getting something the other day from the International Association of Chiefs of Police, a certificate I had before. And when I was getting that, I was going through my book, because I've got hundreds of certificates. I don't have them all on the wall like I was showing down there in that video one time. I didn't want to show off and go to the book, hostage negotiators and everything else in there. I seen the other day, I'd forgot about, but while I'm going through it, I got 3 pictures in there. I said I've had my nose broke 3 times, twice in full contact karate. I used to get in the ring and actually fight. And then the one time was arresting a guy, and he set my nose plumb over on the side of my head. My nose was over here, and had to take it and set it back. And I've got pictures of that, and I just thought of that just now. A well-healed nasal fracture, that would be something I've got. I've got 3 of those. They're well-healed because it's been years ago.
Well, I'm glad you told how you got them.
Except
So
for the
they
time,
don't
now
look
wait,
away.
except for the time that you hit me with that coffee pot.
I did not.
Yeah.
Fibber.
No, they know you better than that, don't they, babe? Now, guys, well-healed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to drag this out, but I so want you to understand what would be the purpose in a prosecutor changing the language? What would be the purpose in a well-educated law degree carrying prosecutor to change the language? Could it be a mistake? Could he have merely just thought that it said healing? Would you mistake that if you was reading number 3 there? Would you see? We couldn't find this. Somebody had made a mention of this, and thank you, because
Thank you
somebody
so
had
much.
pointed this out in one of our videos and talking about well-healed. And we thought we had seen this a while
We knew
back,
we'd seen.
and we couldn't find it anywhere. We have searched and searched. And I said, "Where'd you see that?" And they said it was on this video. And I go look at it,
Sure enough.
and we had gotten it from Mike Elam's video, because we didn't have that page, or
Right.
those 2 pages.
Right.
Go back to Mr. Davidson.
Okay.
And you guys tell me if this sounds like a prosecutor that, in your opinion, see, I'm just using my opinion. Let me make sure of that. I'm using my opinion, because I look at a person's character. I look at ministers. I look at police officers. I look at prosecutors. I look at politicians and their lifestyle. You look and see how they're living. Would you want this guy
The
prosecuting
autopsy
you
of
for
Paul.
a fair trial? Go ahead, Punk. Let it go.
Sorry. I was hoping it
We're
wouldn't
going to stop
start
it
out.
right here. Go ahead, start it.
The autopsy of Pauline revealed a healing prior to
Stop. Healing prior to death. Go back. Play it again. I won't stop it this time.
Do you want me to play it all the way through?
Yeah.
the autopsy of Pauline revealed a healing prior to death nasal fracture on the right side of her nose.
Stop it.
Most common.
The rest of it, he just says that if he was alive today, he'd get an indictment. He's not alive today.
Right.
This was uncalled for. This was to dog a dead man. This was to steal a dead man's fame and reputation to have for your own. Now, guys, my point is, look at the dictionary under healing and healed. Look at what we just showed you on that paper from the pathologist. Healed, not just healed, well healed. not just healed, where two people could make a mistake and say, well, it could be healed. It could not be healed. It was partial. It was well healed. You ever seen the difference between a well done steak and not? I don't know what the other thing. I eat mine well. I tell them burn it. And
Yeah.
after you burn it some more.
Yeah.
That's my steaks.
Some people like a medium rare.
Yeah, medium rare. Would you know the difference between a medium rare steak and a well done steak? Most of us would.
Or a healing and a well healed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
A scab.
Mm-hmm.
A scab on you from some kind of an injury or good skin. You know what I'm saying. I'm sorry to beat a dead horse, but it just irks me. It irks me that this man right here is one of the people that accused Buford Pusser of murdering his wife with no evidence, no witnesses, nothing at all. He's not even alive to defend himself. And he's accused him of murdering his wife. And then he gets on stage because it's a play on words, because they think nobody will pay attention to their words. When you're listening to people like this, stop your tape, one word at a time. Listen to each one of them, one word at a time, one sentence at a time. That's how you got to do. And it's not hard to catch people when they're being deceitful. Is he being deceitful? Without a doubt. Without a doubt, Mr. Mark Davidson is being deceitful with those reporters and with the American people who was watching this broadcast all over the United States and some of the world.
That's sad.
That's deceit. That's no different than somebody getting up in court and saying they didn't do something, and Mr. Davidson in his early years, you're a liar. He's lying, Your Honor. Jury, he's a lying. That's what he would call. That's what he would say as a prosecutor. When you catch somebody in a lie, we're going to charge him with perjury. Penalty of perjury. He raised his right hand. See, that's the difference. That's the difference in holding a press conference and being in court. Because in court, you raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth or affirm what you're going to say is the truth. Press conference, you just strut in there looking good, law degree and a badge in your pocket, and you can say anything you want to. What are you going to do? Call me a liar when I'm done? If you happen to catch me, okay, so you call me a liar. I still got my point across. I still got Buford Pusser's fame. Buford Pusser's still forevermore accused of murdering his wife, convicted in this case because he's dead, can't defend himself. I'm sorry to drag it out. Mr. Davidson and Mr. Roush there, they wanted attention. Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
They wanted
What a thing to
name
do it.
recognition. Give it to them. Let's give them all the name recognition, all the attention they can get, because to me, they're both disgusting.
Yeah.
Someday, and you'll understand. Remember, what's that song we used to sing in church, in the by and by? In the sweet by and by, in the sweet by and by. Yeah. As time goes on, someday you'll be better. I give them all the attention they can handle, all the attention they can get. They fought for it. They lost their dignity for it, in my opinion. I wouldn't trust neither one of them as far as I could throw them across the sidewalk. I wouldn't trust either one of them. Their name, their word, their honesty, their integrity to me, to Fred, and that don't mean a bag of beans to them. I'm nothing to them. 70-year-old retired YouTuber, nothing. I don't mean nothing to them. But like that old movie, old Al Pacino, there was a time. There was a time when I used to carry that badge. I used to wear that uniform. I used to be there.
Yeah.
Sad time, guys, for law enforcement. Sad time for prosecutors. Sad time for our criminal justice system. How can we hold anybody accountable when we don't hold ourselves. When we can get on a stage and say anything we want to say to point these fingers in the direction we want them to point, to reach that narrative. When we can send our investigators out to get these reports. If it's good, if it's exculpatory, don't worry about it. If you can get any dirt, write her down. We need it. Go get everything in Mike Elam's book because he's got the dirt. Now he can make it up faster than I know, baby. I know it, and I love you.
I love
I'm
you
paying
too.
attention to you. I'm brokenhearted, not mad, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm brokenhearted because I see police officers every day. That's why this channel, my channel, started out.
Mm.
Letting have a channel where police officers could say, "Hey, I don't ever want to be on that channel." Okay, don't handcuff people and then beat them. If you want to fight with people, go ahead and fight with them as long as they want to fight. But once you put those handcuffs on, fight's over with. You can't beat people up after you handcuff them. You can't beat people up when two of you hold them and the third one beats. You can't. That's not fair. That's not the way it works. If you're not man enough to do the job, find a different job. But if you want to do the job, do it fairly with that person. You got anything, Punk?
No.
I know you didn't. You ain't gonna follow that, are you? Sheila don't disagree with me, but Sheila's not
No.
going to badmouth. You'll see in this interview she's got coming up, if we haven't done it, she's got Mr. Howell on the phone, and she knows the facts. She knows there's no evidence to what he's telling her. She knows he's not telling her the truth. She knows it. And she's sitting there, really? Oh, and Sheila has no,
Sorry.
no,
That's what I say.
no.
Sorry.
What's that? The meek shall inherit.
So no,
So
I tell him that when he said, "Well, you know better." And I was like, "Oh, sorry." So
yeah, yeah. And sorry for what? For telling the truth, or sorry for not calling somebody out when they tell you that they've seen a report and you know that nobody has seen something that don't exist. That report has never existed, never did, never has, never will be.
interesting.
This has been an interesting case. We've calmed down a little bit on it.
Yeah.
We're just going to start going at it like this. We'll put the facts out there. We'll show you as we come up on them. It's not hard to come up on. We've got pages and pages and pages.
It's got a lot of twists and turns.
It's not hard to see
It's-
the direction that they want it to go. The way the investigators want this they wanted this investigation to go in that direction. I'm sorry to say, the expert witnesses wanted the evidence to go in a particular direction. Otherwise, they would have had Pauline and Buford sitting there facing the front. So when Pauline's head was shot in the left side, all that
Splat.
brain matter would have come all over Buford. But instead, they turned her around sideways so that brain matter went into the back seat. They didn't want you to see that other dummy over here covered in.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for joining me. I don't know. This is it. This is healing and healed. Mr. Davidson said the autopsy said that it was a healing nasal fracture. No, the autopsy actually said it was a well-healed nasal fracture.
Past tense. Yeah.
Past tense. It was better. It was healed. It wasn't something that just happened that night or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
It was healed, and very possibly done by her first husband because he beat her severely, from what we understand from talking to people.
Yeah.
Since we started doing this,
Family members, other people that we talked to said he was a gentle giant.
Those two there made this case go in the direction that they wanted it to go. So they would have the opportunity. This is my opinion. So they would have the opportunity to stand up there on that stage and look dignified and sophisticated, and they could stand there and tell you how bad Buford Pusser was, even though Buford Pusser went to his grave without ever being convicted of a single crime. May have been heavy-handed. He might have been on Fred McCoy 4-0 page. I don't think he had to handcuff nobody to fight with him. So that's a plus. He was man enough to go toe to toe if they wanted to fight.
Mm-hmm.
He may have been heavy handed back in that day. It was a different time. Back in that part of the county, shucks, if they wasn't killing Buford and his wife, they were killing each other. They was a rough bunch.
That's what I was gonna say. It was rough back there in that time. So
We didn't have to do this, gentlemen. We didn't have to sell our soul to get a little media attention. Could have found Sebastian and Summer.
I wish they would please find
Could have
him.
found, could have indicted somebody, Mr. Davidson. Could have indicted some so-called people that was taking care of these kids, supposedly. We'd rather go after a dead man. That's much easier. He can't fight back. To me, that's about the same as putting handcuffs on a guy, putting them behind his back, and then beating the far out of him like some of these cops do. You picked on a dead man, sir.
Mm-mm.
Both of you, Mr. Roush. You guys picked on a dead man. You got somebody you could have indicted and actually stood trial. This was an easy win. You won this one hands down. Go look at it. Look at people's opinions. How fast people, without doing any research, without questioning, and just drinking that Kool-Aid and saying, well, it has to be true. Look at those two guys. Dignified. They trusted you. They trusted your credentials. They trusted your looks. They trusted your dress. They trusted your education. And you fooled them. You fooled them. A bunch of people you fooled.
Mhm.
That's the sad part. You got your names out there, but if
Yeah.
I got anything to do with it forevermore, your names, the other side will be there. You've made another side to Buford Pusser's reputation in his life. And I hope throughout history, and especially after death, that everybody's known for what they did and accredited. We're done, guys. Sheila, you're up, baby. My
Right,
back's
guys.
killing me.
All right. Guys, we hope everyone's doing well today. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye. God bless.